What is going on, Roland Empire? Here, guys, to give you a video. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you guys prefer. Just how's everybody doing? Today is Monday, December the 28th, and here I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about this movie. And first of all, I just want to say the lighting. I am in the process of like kind of going with the lighting, so please bear with me. Bear with anything, depending if it's you're a new subscriber, you're a following subscriber. And yes, guys, if you guys know what Pixar's all about with Disney, this one is just about a way of two stories. One that's trying to see how it is to go to Earth, and the other one is how it is for a person to live life to the fullest, kind of thing. And that's kind of the interactions here that you get of the story for this film. Has Jamie Foxx doing the lead role of this movie. You have the people that have done like the Inside Outs. You have Trent Reznor doing the music. It's Pixar's latest attempt of a film, and if you know Pixar, you know how much of a success they've had award wise, just critically alone. If you grew up, you grew up. If you still like them as an adult, the films still stand a test of time. There has been stinkers now, so they have been able to break the studio where, like, okay, not every movie you touch is gold, so to speak, but there is enough history, and then there's still been enough of like up a comeback to say this studio is very prominent. And this one is attempting about the first African American lead actor to kind of like the role to be centered in a film like this, so that's kind of special. We've had this, like, Coco is one good example, but now it's Soul's attempt, and a lot of the trailers seem interesting. At least it was interesting for many ways, the way they do the character and the way how the story is. But the story is what the better part of the intriguing that I like, that I want to give it a shot. The music looked good, the acting with the way the performance of all the animation looks good. And it's released on Christmas Day. It was going to be hitting theaters, but for my own personal reason, I like that it's releasing as a Christmas run and all that on the Disney Plus. And did it live up? I really did have a good time with this movie. It's interesting because I'm like, this feels very full on Pixar's first adult film, like adult as in like a bit teenagers to adults, not that other way, no, the more friendly way, but it's still like enough that there's enough for kids there. But I feel like the themes, as in like for a parent to a child, the parent's gonna get more of a good kick out of it. Like, I definitely liked it as like just a person at the age that I'm at, the age I had a good time, and I was able to view it from both sides. Like, as a kid, the best parts that they'll probably take for it is this kind of like this buddy cop side mission that happens in the middle with Jamie and all that, and the character of Joe. But a lot of the themes and whatever it is at this point, you feel like you expect it, but still what they what they tried to tell you within the story of the philosophical and all these kind of meanings of what it is for life, a lot, you think for an adult, they get a good kick out of it. And it's interesting because that could be the weakest or the strength. It all depends if as a children's movie how this works, but seeing it as an adult movie, it really is one of Pixar's best in that terms of a storytelling. I really had a good time, a lot, like with the way the music was incorporated with the scenes that these characters had to go to. It was very mesmerizing. It was very ambient like in that kind of soothing atmosphere way. Who would have thought in a film like this? But it's really nice done. And the visuals, they're really nice. Like, certain way characters were depicted, I'm like, maybe there could have been better inspired versions of those drawings, of those arts. But a lot of how the afterlife, how the life before you hit to Earth, a lot of how it's all structured, it's really beautiful. Like, there's, if you study symbolism, you can see the symbolism of how it goes. And then I like how a lot of the Earth here was depicted, and seeing how it's you can tell this is still animated, heavy drawn, but the influences are there. It feels very realistic. Some other drawings you see were like, was that real or not? This, you can tell the difference, but I like how it was still like how it felt like with you would. It was a very authentic way of how the audience would be, how you run into people, how people even like how you might socialize with someone. So it gets you kind of thinking. You're like, maybe I should just approached it like this, or maybe if I looked at it like that. So a lot of this, it really is going to be that POV, the POV of what a person took out of the film. But I really did enjoy it, and I feel like it is more targeted for like audiences and all that. And I would say the whole like Terry, that was more of the thing where I find a bit of the flaw, but I still had a good time. But a lot of this is centered on Jamie Foxx's character and that kind of way of his struggles and ambitions. That kind of really was what is resonating, and I really had a good time with this movie. This movie really was a fun entertainment and just a really good experience. It really had a really intriguing story, and I really did adore this movie. If I had to do Soul for a ranking, I feel like I would lean on a B plus, but a lot of what was added technological and all that, it was like a beautiful A, but A minus. I had to think the sweet spot is an A minus. It all depends, but it really is a really good movie. At least at a state which someone has to kind of like has lived for like adversities and has overcome them and been just a better person like me or anybody, just someone who's lived life. You think you would appreciate this movie. But yes, guys, let me know, guys, if you thought this wasn't one of the better ones or it was one of the best ones. These are my thoughts and opinions, guys. I really did enjoy this movie. So all this in the comments below. And as always, roll an empire, laugh, smile, repeat.